appear to be videotaping. Okay.
Hello, Lee. Sean Parker again. Wheel Samples, of course, is filming. Finally got your sandcast all running and built. And I guess we can go over, of course, we didn't really do any machine work on these. They were fairly tight. If you want, we'll call it factory tight, which is a fairly loose tolerance, but I think they're going to suit your purposes. I did go ahead and dress down these flanges, these mating flanges, just to ensure that everything had a good tight fit, good seal. Of course, we had to make our own gaskets, but everything else is factory. This, of course, is the accelerator pump diaphragm that we had spoken about. Vacuum. That's actually pot metal. I'm going to assume it has a fair amount of lead in it because once you compare these two, it's a pretty hefty piece. But anyway, moving on, I have run these some and just about have them into tune state. And hopefully you'll be able to put these on your car and go to town. Will and I had spoken, I don't know in terms of time frame between you receiving them and them actually running, but we'll go ahead and load these up with a mineral oil or automatic transmission type fluid, just so that everything doesn't hopefully gum up on you. I am noticing there's a little slight hesitation compared to the die cast, which we can try to work some. We get everything up to operating. Overall, they're pretty good. Going back to our tolerances and everything, you can see we're at right around 4 kilograms of air per hour on this number 2. Ideally, we want 1.5 to 2, since it is supposed to remain closed during the idle circuit. Check this one. This one was a little less, around 3. That's not bad. And I currently have these around 5 kilograms of air per hour on the primary barrels at idle. And the giggles we can see, I'm going to say we're around 950, 1,000 RPM. Probably pushing more around 800. For this style, I probably wouldn't go less than that, 4.5.
I missed that. I was looking at the tack. What was that, 4.5 you had?
Oh, yeah, 4.5. That's actually not a bad. You can hear it. This is probably an idle to where if it were in your engine, your generator light would be on. But in terms of smoothness, it's not bad. I'm going to put these back up to 5.
This is not on macro, is it? It's not on the flower, right?
No.
Okay.
You want it on the flower?
No. Takes over pretty nicely, doesn't it?
It does. But again, this has been sitting here, so it might be loaded up some. You can hear that? Ultimately, I would say if you're experiencing something like that, this is the G50 idle jet, which is what the factory called for. But if we needed to increase the amount of fuel, that's something we can do. These are your idle jets right here. Of course, on the secondary side, they're not functioning. They shouldn't be. It should be a dead circuit at idle.
Well, it's also not under load, too.
Correct.
So that should make a difference.
There he is. Still at 4. And still at 3. A little over 5 there. So it's not too bad. I would say on these, even so with the die casts, particularly if you do a lot of driving, always check your fittings. I don't know if we need to go back over in terms of mounting, using the X pattern. That's always important. Haven't seen any of these that have cracked, but of course we haven't seen but a handful of them. So
well, all the mounting and all that stuff is on my other videos.
Sure.
That we've sent to Lee, so I think he's good.
Anyway, certainly if you have any questions, always feel free to call. But thanks a lot, Lee.